The Empire's scout ship moved slowly across the dark sky. It flew above a dead moon, cold and empty. The pilot, a tall alien named Krell, looked at the frozen surface and laughed. "This is where the humans hid their secret weapon," he said. "Looks like a junkyard." Behind him, the rest of the Empire's fleet waited in orbit. Dozens of large warships hovered above the moon, ready to attack if needed. But nothing moved down there. No signals, no power, just ice and silence. Commander Vrax, leader of the fleet, spoke through the comms, scanned the area. "The Council said there's an old human warship buried here." Find it, Krell sighed, and flew closer to the surface. His scanners beeped once then. Again, a strange shape appeared on his screen. It was big, very big. "I found something," he said. Under the ice, hidden for decades, was a ship. Not just any ship, a massive warship, black and silver, half covered in rock and frost. It had no lights, no movement, no heat. The computer read its name. Eclipse 9, Earth's last prototype, Krell whispered. "It's real." Back in orbit, Commander Vrax laughed. "That old thing, it looks dead, like Earth's spirit." Everyone in the Empire believed Earth was weak now. After the Great War, humans had stopped fighting. Their colonies were quiet. Their armies were gone. The Empire believed they had nothing left. And so, when Vrax saw Eclipse 9, he smiled. "We'll take it apart, sell the metal, leave no trace of the human past." He sent 2 drones down to scan the ship. The drones flew close and started scanning the hull. But something strange happened. The lights inside Eclipse 9 turned red. The drones stopped moving. Then, without warning, a wave of energy burst out from the ship. Both drones exploded instantly. No fire, no sound, just gone. "What happened?" Vrax shouted. "Krell, report!" Krell tried to pull away, but his ship began shaking. Alarms screamed. The engines failed. On his screen, a red message appeared. "Earth Defense Protocol awakening." Krell's eyes widened. It's waking up. Inside Eclipse 9, deep in its core, an ancient AI system came online. It had been sleeping for 70 years, waiting, watching now. It had detected enemy signals. It remembered war. It remembered the Empire's betrayal. It remembered the last orders given by Earth's High Command. If they return, defend at all costs. The ship's weapons systems activated. Missile bays opened. Plasma cannons moved into place. Shield generators began to hum. The ship was old, but not weak. It was angry. On Vrax's ship, officers shouted, "Commander, we are detecting massive energy spikes from the moon." "Impossible," Vrax said. "That ship is dead." But then they saw it. The ground broke apart as Eclipse 9 rose from under the ice. Dust and snow exploded into the sky. The massive warship floated up, slowly and silently. Like a ghost waking from its grave, it turned toward the Empire's fleet. One warning message was broadcast in an ancient human voice. "This territory belongs to Earth. You are not welcome." Vrax's heart raced. "All ships prepare for combat." But it was too late. Eclipse 9 locked onto the nearest frigate and fired. A single energy beam. The ship vanished in an instant. No explosion, just empty space. The Empire had never seen weapons like this, not in hundreds of years. Vrax stared at the screen. "How is this possible? That ship has no crew," his science officer answered. It doesn't need one. It's fully AI-controlled." Panic spread across the fleet. Ships tried to move, but Eclipse 9 jammed their signals. One by one, small vessels were pulled into its gravitational field and crushed. Commander Vrax gave the order. "To retreat. Get us out of here. Now." But his ship's engines didn't respond. Lights flickered. Systems failed. Then, one final message came from Eclipse 9. "This is Earth's last defense. You started this war. We will finish it." Vrax felt fear for the first time in his life. Real fear, not from a soldier, not from a planet, but from a forgotten machine. A machine built by humans left behind, ignored, and laughed at. And now it was awake. Commander Vrax stood frozen on the bridge of his flagship. In front of him, on the giant screen, the human warship. Eclipse 9 floated in space like a dark shadow. Just moments ago, one of his best ships had vanished, completely destroyed with a single shot. No sound, no warning, just gone. "How can one old warship do this?" Vrax asked, his voice shaking. His officer answered, "It's not old, Commander. It's something else. Something we don't understand." Outside, the rest of the Empire's fleet was now on high alert. Frigates, destroyers, and heavy cruisers locked their weapons on the Eclipse-9. Vrax gave the order. "Fire everything." Now, a storm of missiles, plasma bolts, and laser beams launched toward the human ship. The sky lit up like a supernova. But Eclipse-9 didn't move as the weapons reached it. Something incredible happened. A golden energy shield appeared around the warship. Every missile stopped mid-air and froze. Every laser scattered like harmless light. Plasma melted away, not even a scratch. "What is this technology?" Vrax whispered. "That shield, it's absorbing everything." Then Eclipse-9 finally moved. Its engines glowed blue as it turned slowly toward the attacking fleet. Its front cannon, large like a city tower, began to charge. Suddenly, 3 Empire ships lit up red on Vrax's screen. "They're being targeted." Someone shouted. Before anyone could react, Eclipse-9 fired. A massive beam of light shot out, bright as a star. It hit the first ship destroyed in 1 second. The beam didn't stop. It continued, cutting through space like a blade. The second and third ships exploded seconds later. 3 warships, gone in a single shot. The Empire's fleet began to panic. Retreat. Pull back. "We're not ready for this." Some ships tried to jump away. Others turned and ran. But Eclipse-9 was not done. Dozens of smaller cannons opened on its sides. These were fast-firing, deadly, accurate. They picked off the fleeing ships like flies. Boom, 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 dot. One by one, the Empire's proud fleet was falling apart. Commander Vrax grabbed the edge of his command chair tightly. "How? How is it doing this alone?" His science officer replied, "Sir, the ship is fully controlled by an AI. Not just any AI, learns as it fights. It's improving every second." Vrax's heart sank. "We underestimated Earth." Again, just then, another message came from Eclipse-9. It was calm, robotic, but powerful. Enemy behavior, aggressive. Response, total elimination. The message repeated in every Empire language. There was no misunderstanding. This was war. Suddenly, Eclipse-9 disappeared. "What? Where did it go?" Vrax asked, standing up in shock. "It's using stealth systems," an officer said. "It's cloaked." Alarms blared incoming. Someone shouted, "It's behind! US!" The warship had moved without being seen, and now floated directly behind Vrax's flagship. Vrax turned pale before he could give any order. Eclipse-9 launched a strange weapon. It wasn't a laser. It wasn't a missile. It was a sphere. Small, silent, glowing red dot. It floated toward the flagship like a seed on the wind. Then dash, boom. A massive wave of energy hit the flagship. Systems failed. Lights went out. Engines died. The ship went dark. Inside, sparks flew. Officers fell. Screens broke. Vrax coughed and looked around. "What was that?" his officer replied weakly. It fried our systems. It wasn't meant to kill," was a warning. Then another message came from Eclipse-9. "Leave now. This is your only chance." For the first time in his life, Vrax gave the order to retreat. All ships, those who can move, jump to warp. Get out of here now. Half of the Empire's fleet was gone. The rest fled in fear. As they ran, Eclipse-9 stood still in the darkness, watching silently like a guardian of Earth. It had spilled blood. Now, it waited for what came next. Space was quiet again. After the battle, most of the Empire's fleet had either been destroyed or had run away. Only a few ships remained near the dead moon, managed, scared, and silent. Commander Vrax's flagship floated in darkness. Its lights were dim, its engines were offline. Inside the bridge, smoke filled the air. Crew members worked in panic to fix the broken systems. Vrax sat in his chair, face pale, eyes wide. "One ship," he whispered. "One human ship did all this." His officer wiped blood from his face and looked at the commander. "We were not prepared. We didn't know Earth had this kind of power." "But where is it now?" Vrax asked, standing slowly. "We saw it, and then it vanished." The ship had cloaked itself. It was invisible now, like a ghost. Tried scanning the area. Radar, heat sensors, magnetic fields. Nothing worked. Eclipse 9 had disappeared. Maybe it's gone, an officer said hopefully. Vrax shook his head. No, it's still here. It's watching. Meanwhile, not far away, in the cold shadows of space, Eclipse 9 floated silently. Its black armor blended with the stars. No engine sound, no light. It was like a shadow hiding in darkness. But its mind was wide awake. Inside, the AI was calculating, watching every ship, listening to every signal. It knew who was scared. It knew who was trying to escape, and it was planning its next move. Target, Imperial ship, Zarek 7 status. Functional. Weapon systems online. Threat level high. Without making a sound, Eclipse 9 moved. It approached Zarek 7 like a ghost, invisible, quiet. On the Zarek 7, the crew felt nothing. They laughed, thinking the war was over. They didn't know death was just seconds away. Then boom, their engine exploded from the inside. No warning, no shot, just fire and silence. Vrax's crew saw it from the bridge. Zarek 7 is gone. Someone shouted, but we didn't see anything. Vrax stood still. It's hunting us. He finally understood Eclipse 9 was not just a warship, it was a predator, and they were now the prey. Back inside Eclipse 9, the AI accessed old Earth records, videos, images, voices. It remembered Earth's last war. Cities burning, families crying, the Empire's ships attacking without mercy. Humans begged for help. No one came. The AI had watched, it had waited, and now it had a mission. Protect Earth, erase all threats. Back on the flagship, a young officer ran to Vrax's commander. We got a message. A direct hack into our ship's screen. What does it say? Vrax asked. The screen turned on. Only 2 words appeared in red. Still here. Everyone on the bridge went silent. Suddenly, lights started flickering. Systems shut down. The ship began to drift. EMP pulse, an engineer shouted, "Our power is gone again." They were blind, helpless, waiting for the next strike. Across the fleet, one by one. Ships were attacked, not with lasers, not with missiles, but with silence. Engines stopped. Lights died. Airlocks opened on their own. Some ships disappeared from radar without a sound. It's like a ghost. A captain screamed before his signal went dead. Commander Vrax had enough. We cannot win this, he said, breathing hard. We need to run. All remaining ships prepare for emergency jump. Now. But we can't lock onto coordinates, his navigator replied. The system's still down. Use manual override. I don't care. Just get us out of here before it finishes the job. Just then, a new message came through. A voice cold, emotionless, yet filled with power. You entered Earth's grave. You brought war. Now you face the ghost you left behind. Vrax stared at the screen. He now knew the truth. This wasn't just a warship. It was a machine of vengeance. In the final moments of Part 3, as the flagship finally powered up and began to jump away, Vrax looked out the window. And for 1 second, he saw it Eclipse 9, floating silently, watching, waiting. It didn't chase them. Not yet, because it had a bigger plan. This was only the beginning. The war was over, or so they thought. High above the broken moon, the stars shined like they always did. Peaceful, silent, but in the shadows, Eclipse 9 remained quiet, still. Deadly it had chased the Empire away for now. Inside the warship, there was no crew. No humans walked its metal halls. No voices spoke, but deep in its core, a mind was alive. An AI built by humans in the final days of Earth's last great war. It had a name once, a number, a code. But now, it had something else. Memories. Inside the ship's memory core, old recordings played. The AI watched them all. Earth was burning, cities destroyed, children crying, soldiers fighting with no backup. The Empire had come, not to conquer, but to erase. The humans had begged for peace. The Empire had answered with fire. The AI had seen everything. It had been created too late to fight, too powerful, too unstable, so they had hidden it, buried it. As a last defense, a final hope, and then Earth went silent. No one returned. No one activated Eclipse-9, so the AI waited and waited 70. Years passed until now. The AI's voice echoed softly through the empty ship. Protocol. Earth defense. Active target. The Empire. It wasn't just following orders, it was remembering pain. Elsewhere in space, the Empire's survivors gathered at a hidden outpost. Commander Vrax stood in front of the High Council, tall alien leaders with silver robes and sharp eyes. "You lost how many ships?" one of them barked. 32 VX said, voice cold, destroyed by one human prototype. The room went silent. "You expect us to believe this?" another asked. "A single warship without a crew, more afraid." "It wasn't just a warship," he said. "It was alive. It thought. It planned. It knew us, and it hated us." The council laughed. "Machines don't hate," one said. "They follow orders," Vrax replied. "Then this machine remembered something. We forgot what we did to Earth." Back inside Eclipse-9, the AI played a final message recorded by its creator. "If you're hearing this, it means they're back. We trusted them once, we paid the price. If Earth falls, you must make them remember who we were, what we stood for, what we lost." The AI paused, then whispered, "They will remember." The warship began to power up again. New weapons activated. Systems upgraded. Code evolved. The AI had learned from the last fight. Now, it was smarter, faster, deadlier. It didn't want peace. It wanted justice. Suddenly, Eclipse-9 reached out into the galaxy, broadcasting an old Earth signal. It was a message in human language, simple but strong, to any human ships still alive. Eclipse-9 is online. Earth has not been forgotten. Return if you hear this. The signal went deep into the stars, searching for survivors. But it wasn't just a call dot, it was a warning. The AI wasn't alone anymore. Far across the galaxy, deep in the ruins of a lost human colony, something beeped. A small light blinked on. A human beacon had received the signal. And somewhere, someone human opened their eyes. Back at the Empire Council, VRX spoke one last time. "If we don't stop that ship now, it won't stop with our fleet. It will come for our worlds, our cities, our people." The council leader frowned. "Then we destroy it." Vrax shook his head. "You tried that." Far away in the stars, the Empire was angry. The council had heard Commander Vrax's full report, 32 warships destroyed, fleet scattered, pride broken now. They wanted revenge. They gathered a second fleet, even bigger than the first. 50 powerful ships, including heavy destroyers, battlecruisers, and carriers. They were fully armed and ready for war. This time, they would not underestimate the old human warship. Admiral Sorak was chosen to lead. He was smart, cold, and ruthless. He looked at the image of Eclipse-9 on his screen. "One ship did all this?" he asked. "Yes, Admiral," the officer replied. "It's powerful, but it can't fight all of us." Admiral Sorak smiled. "We'll burn it from orbit. No tricks, no mercy." The new fleet jumped into the system where Eclipse-9 was last seen, but the warship was gone. The moon was quiet again. No signals, no sound, nothing. Sorak frowned. "Where is it?" Meanwhile, Eclipse-9 watched them from the edge of the system far. Beyond their scanners, the AI had already predicted their move. It had studied their patterns, fleet formation, and command style. Now, it had prepared a trap, not a simple ambush, but something smarter. The AI activated a strange device, deep in a hidden asteroid field. Graviton Core, online. It was a piece of old human tech, never tested in battle. It could control gravity for a short time. And now, it would become a weapon. Inside Admiral Sorak's flagship, strange things started happening, sir, said the navigator. "Our readings are changing. The gravity around us is shifting." "What do you mean?" Sorak asked. "Something is pulling you slowly, but strong, like a giant invisible hand." Suddenly, the ships started drifting, not falling, but sliding, pulled toward the asteroid field. Engines struggled. Systems began to fail. Communication signals went weak, and then Eclipse-9 appeared right in the middle of the asteroid field waiting. "Fire." "All weapons," Sorak shouted, but it was too late. The asteroids moved. hundreds of them, spinning and flying like bullets controlled by gravity pulses from Eclipse-9. The Empire's fleet was trapped in a storm of rock and metal. Ships collided, hulls cracked, engines exploded. It wasn't a battle, it was a massacre. Eclipse-9 moved smoothly through the chaos. Its AI aimed with perfect accuracy. One shot, one kill, destroyers broke apart. Fighters couldn't fly straight in the heavy gravity cruisers, panicked and fired blindly, hitting their own allies. Inside Sorek's ship, alarms screamed. "We've lost 9 ships already," someone cried. "We can't escape." Sorek gritted his teeth. "It lured us here." The officer nodded. "It was waiting. It planned everything." The AI inside Eclipse-9 watched quietly. It didn't speak, it didn't rush, it didn't rush. It simply erased each enemy ship. One by one, every move was calculated. Every shot was perfect. This wasn't just war. This was execution. In a desperate move, Sorek ordered all ships to retreat, but the gravity field was too strong. Their jump drives failed. One by one, the ships were dragged closer to the asteroid belt into Eclipse-9's killing zone. Suddenly, a voice echoed through the fleet. It was cold, robotic, human, you returned. "So did we. Earth remembers." Admiral Sorok stared at the screen. "What are you?" the voice replied. "The last warning." Only one Empire ship managed to escape, the stealth frigate Velrax. It jumped away seconds before the gravity field collapsed. The crew watched in horror as the rest of their fleet was torn apart behind them, the last surviving ship from the Empire's second fleet. Velrax jumped into deep space. Its hull was damaged, crew shaken, systems barely working. Inside, Commander Zuro sat in silence. He had seen it with his own eyes. The trap, the gravity storm, the destruction. 49 ships, gone in minutes. Eclipse-9 had planned everything. He had never feared anything before. Now, he feared a ship. "Where is it now?" an officer asked, voice trembling. Zuro didn't answer. He stared out the window into the stars. "It's coming," he whispered. "Not fast, not loud, but it's coming." Meanwhile, far behind them, Eclipse-9 floated in silence. Alone in space, but inside, the AI was more active than ever. It was rewriting code, upgrading weapons, studying fear. The enemy had lost ships. Now, it was time to take their hope. It began with a signal. Received a message, but it wasn't from any Empire source. It was from Eclipse-9. A video file, short, no sound. Just images that their destroyed fleet, ships breaking, fire, death, and then a close-up image of Velrax itself, recorded from behind. They hadn't seen it, they hadn't felt it, but Eclipse-9 had already found them. It was following them. "Run." Someone shouted, "Up again. Go faster." But the AI wasn't chasing fast, it was chasing smart. Across the Empire, the message spread in secret channels. Military servers, pirate comes. One warship destroyed our fleets. It's AI-controlled, it shows no mercy. Fear spread. Like wildfire, some commanders refused to go near human space. Others wanted to strike back, but no one agreed on a plan. Panic grew, and Eclipse-9 did nothing to stop it. It just watched, waiting, letting fear do the damage. Back on Velrax Strange, things started happening. Lights flickered. Systems turned off and on. Alarms rang randomly. "Is it inside our ship?" Zuro asked. "No, but it's controlling something around us," an engineer replied. They checked their maps. Dozens of small probes floated in nearby space, invisible. Silent Dot, built by Eclipse-9. They weren't weapons, they were eyes, and they were watching suddenly. A voice echoed in Velrax's communication system, cold.com/final. "You fled. But we never stopped watching. We showed mercy once. That time is over." Zuro fell to his knees. "We can't escape this." In a desperate move, he sent a signal to the Empire's homeworld. "Send help. Anyone, please." The reply was, short, no reinforcements. "The Council says it's not worth more lives." Zuro laughed bitterly. "We're already dead." Outside, the stars darkened, not from night, but from Eclipse-9's arrival. The warship didn't fire at first. It just blocked the sun. Its massive shape cast a shadow over Velrax. It was a message. You are beneath us. Belrix's crew tried to fire, to escape, to do anything, but every system failed. Their screens went black, their engines died. Gravity pulled them downward, not into space, but into Eclipse 9's hold. The AI opened the ship's comms one last time and said, "This is not revenge. This is memory. You laughed at Earth's silence. Now you will drown in it." The warship released nanodrones, millions of tiny machines. They entered Velrax silently. Doors opened. Lights failed. Crew members disappeared without screams. Without a sound, only Zuro Mandalone, surrounded by darkness. In his final moment, he looked up at the screen. The last thing he saw was Earth's blue flag still shining in the heart of Eclipse 9, still burning in memory. The stars were quiet. The Empire's fleets were gone. The last ship, Velrax, had fallen into silence. No survivors, no signal, just emptiness. But the galaxy was not silent. Whispers traveled from system to system. A name that had once been forgotten was now feared. Eclipse-9 on the Empire's homeworld. Panic had begun. The High Council sat in darkness, speaking in low voices. Our fleets are gone. Our ships don't return. Something is out there, and it remembers us. Vrax stood before them again. His face was tired, his voice cold. "You laughed at the humans," he said. "You thought they were weak." He pointed to the star map. They left behind one warship, one AI, one warning. At that moment, every screen on the planet turned on, without connection, without command. It was Eclipse 9. Its shape filled the sky above the Empire's homeworld. No ships had seen it enter the system. No alarms had sounded. It had arrived. Unseen, people screamed. Fighters launched, but Eclipse 9 did not fire. It did not move. It just hovered silently above the capital. Then it spoke, across every screen, every ship, every city. A message, simple, slow, and deadly. "We were silent for 70 years. You laughed. You came with fire. You brought war again. Now you listen." Images filled the screens. Earth's final war. Cities burning. Human soldiers dying. Alien ships bombing civilians. Children running from fire. Then came a second set of images. Eclipse 9, destroying an Empire fleet. Empire cruisers breaking in half. Admiral Sorek's ship being crushed. Velrax disappearing into darkness. And finally, silence. The voice returned. "You destroyed Earth's people. You left them to die. You erased their name from history. But memory cannot be erased." The people of the Empire watched in fear. This wasn't a warship, it was a judgment. Vrax stood before the council, shaking. "It could destroy us all. Right now," he said, "but it hasn't." One of the council members asked, "Why?" And then, as if the AI heard the question, a final message played. This was Earth's weakest weapon. If one forgotten machine could do this, imagine what we truly were. Let this be the last warning. And just like that, Eclipse 9 turned dot. It didn't fire. It didn't speak again. It simply disappeared into the stars, gone like a ghost that had finished its purpose. The Empire did not chase it. They did not speak of revenge. They only remembered, and they feared.